Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, we're going to react to life in the 1950s. Now, it's weird because when you think of the 50s, or at least when I think of the 50s, it doesn't feel like that long ago, but when you actually do the calculation, it's over 70 years ago. That's quite a while, and life must have changed considerably. Yeah, we had cars, yeah, people went to school and went to work like they do now, but a lot of the technology and how we live, I guess, must have changed a lot. Life was probably a lot simpler back then. I'm guessing back then it was more common to have one parent that worked and another parent that stayed at home. But apart from that, there's a lot of stuff that, I don't know about how people used to live, how they used to dress, the foods they used to eat, things like that. So this is going to be a really good sort of peek into the past. Recollection Road.
The 1950s are arguably the most nostalgic years in U.S. history.
Why? Why though? What is it about the 50s? Look at that car. Lovely color.
The decade was marked by the post-World War II boom, the dawn of the Cold War, and the Civil Rights Movement in the United States.
The fashion, everybody wore suits back then. Look how long the skirts were. The shoes. Very different. It's crazy how much cars have changed.
The roles within the ideal American family were clearly defined. The father was the breadwinner, and he supported his wife and their ever-growing family.
Yeah. Single income. You could probably get a house quite easily back then compared to today, where you've got two people who can barely afford to put food on the table. It's just, times have changed so much.
On average, gas cost 18 cents per gallon at the start of the 1950s, and 25 cents per gallon at the end of the decade.
18 cents per gallon. 18 cents a gallon, so that's like less than 5 cents per litre. Let's say 4 cents a litre. Here we pay about £1.60, so that's about $2 per litre. So per gallon, that's like almost $10. Crazy. $0.18 per gallon. I love the cars, man. The aesthetic. I wonder how much one of those would be today, like in pristine condition.
The economy was booming. New cars, suburban houses, and other consumer goods were available to more people than ever before.
Why is everything so much more unaffordable today? Why? What is the exact reason for inflation? Why is it that in the 50s you could have one person working probably just working 40 hours a week, and you can have a comfortable life on that, a family, a home, an actual home that's yours, that you own. Whereas today, things are just so much harder. Why is that? Like, can someone explain to me why inflation is an actual thing? Like, why do things just get more expensive indefinitely? Can't we just put a stop to it and just say, no, we don't accept inflation?
Car culture took off in the 1950s. President Eisenhower signed the Federal Aid Highway Act in June of 1956 to create 41,000 miles of national highways. This made family road trips possible.
Is this New York? Looks like New York. The fashion is just so different. So different. But the glasses have come back. Like, these kind of glasses are now really popular. The thin ones that like that. It's funny how things go in cycles.
Televisions became something the average family could afford. The golden age of television was marked by family-friendly shows like I Love Lucy, The Honeymooners, The Twilight Zone, and Leave It to Beaver.
Look at the fire truck. Look at this. Much smaller than they are these days, right? People seemed happier.
The 1950s saw the emergence of rock and roll, which swept across the nation.
There's something about photos from this era. Is it because they're not digital? They're like actual real photos, film. They have like this different feel to them. Life just seems simpler, much simpler. I love the baggy fit, everyone these days wears like a slim fit suit. Like here it's just loose.
The booming prosperity of the 1950s helped to create a widespread sense of stability in the United States. That consensus was a fragile one and would be tested in the following decade.
Different times, man. Awesome video. Awesome video. Isn't it crazy how you can be nostalgic for a time in which you didn't exist, you know? Just seemed like a much simpler, better, frankly, time to be alive, I guess. But obviously I'm sure there were people who, you know, did not have it easy in that era. I'm sure throughout history, you're gonna have people who, you know, live a good life and people who don't. But it just felt like what you needed to earn to have a good quality of life was just much more attainable. You know, it was just much, much more attainable. Like, you didn't need, you know, to work for like 10, 15 years before you could save up enough to get a deposit for a house. Like, it felt like, you know, pretty much as soon as you finish college, you could probably, you know, save up for a year or so, and maybe that would be enough. Potentially, maybe you wouldn't even need to, you know, save for that long at all. I don't know, just a different time. Just, yeah, nostalgia. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.